night. Bar's filling up.
Woo.
My heart is filling up.
I can tell, dude.
Ball Arena, probably. I'm not there. Can't tell. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR whenever you sign up. Eric will make us all some money. We're gonna
hell
get rich.
yes, dude.
I'm running low on my account. I got my $5 bets at a time are starting to dwindle.
You know what you need to do? Place winning bets.
I know. I need to do that. I need to start doing
thought of that.
I have been going. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I have been going rogue lately a little bit. Like I listen to Des bets. I go rogue. They never hit. They never hit. I got to start listening to him more.
Me too.
He's away though. Harrison Wind at Ball Arena. Super producer Kel's back. Welcome back, Kel.
What's up, Kale?
There he is behind the ones and twos, mixing everything together. And I've also got Brendan Vogt.
Fellas, is this the period in between Christmas and New Year's? Is it holidays?
Yeah,
Yes!
It's the taint.
All right, you know what? Go
The
to Eric.
holotaint.
Yeah, well,
That's
he
Eric.
ruined it,
Yeah,
didn't he?
I'm
He
Brendan.
didn't,
Hey guys. Hey.
No, this is the holidays. Like when you say happy holidays, you're talking about New Year's as well. Here's what's the truth that nobody realizes. It's actually like right at the start of winter. Colorado, I always say this, I love it. It's my state. January, February, middle of March suck. We're about done with the fun, and now we're about at the suck part of winter.
That hasn't stopped me from listening to really bad Christmas music today, after Christmas.
Dude, if you live in a place that has 100% good weather that you like, 100% of the time you get soft. You know what that's called?
Yeah.
It's called being a Californian.
That's right. Lakers fan. Just drown themselves
Makes you
miserable.
soft, soulless.
The guy over here with these takes, man, the fire takes already. It's D-line.
What's up, guys? Just been thinking about taints lately.
What are you doing on your phone?
I can't log into DraftKings Sportsbook on my computer, so I'm doing it on my phone.
Smart move over there. We have a good show for you. I'm going to go ahead and spoil third segment. I'm going to have a take that everyone's going to hate.
Oh, I love that.
I'm going to turn out. Nuggets fans have been
Embiid
they've
for
been a little
MVP?
aggressive this year, I feel. Kind of like critical of different things.
Are they turning on Mahrez?
They're turning on Mattis. I'm going to give him a reason to, though, I think, in segment 3. I can't wait for it.
I'm happy to be on the show.
In segment 2, we're going to talk a little bit about 2022, which is coming to an end. How many people have told you guys, see you next year today? I've had like a dozen of those already.
I have not had human contact.
Yeah, this is the first time I left the house and talked to anyone.
This is somebody who hangs around with people under 10 years old and then people who are broken and live
that's
sad
so
lives.
true. Yeah.
It was here at the office. Marissa
excited.
gave me one. Jason gave me one.
Last pregame show of the year, fellas. Come on.
Last pregame. What a treat.
What a treat.
What a treat.
But first, the Nuggets are playing host to the Miami Heat. Looking for a bounce back. They had a little 5-game winning streak. Lost one in dramatic and painful fashion.
Dude. Bounce
not.
back with the fellas.
But a
am I right,
bounce
guys?
back game here for the Nuggets against the Miami Heat. Not going to be an easy one. Vogt, what can you tell me about this game?
Not going to be an easy one, so you would like to be full strength. Unfortunately, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Bruce Brown, all on that injury report questionable. But fortunately, they're all going to play.
Let's go! I was like, did you not read the injury? Did you not read the updated?
Little setup. Little injury.
I knew where he was taking
It is
us.
a show.
I
after
actually
all.
added to that despair, the fake despair.
That's right. I like that. I like that.
I'm here for you, bro.
And then in less exciting news, Jimmy Butler is also available. He's been in and out with a knee issue for Miami. If they want him, he's there.
I hope he was out getting those dread extensions put back in.
I figured you'd have something to say about that.
What, the worst hairstyle in the NBA history? You're right.
Look,
I
it's
do.
been a weird year for Miami. It's kind of been a weird, 4 years for Miami. Haven't been able to figure out if they're good or not. But they've been good in their last 10, 7-3. Pretty good defensive team has been their identity for a while. They turn you over. So that is definitely something Denver's going to have to watch those turnovers. And then, of course, transition defense, which was a point of emphasis for Malone after those respective Sacramento games. And in my eyes, this is not exactly like a rocket science take, but when they defend well in transition, they play well. When they don't, those are the games that they had.
Malone is such a Woody, when you pull the string and there's a snake in my boot.
Yep.
He has 4 or 5 little lines. It's like the transition defense.
When we defend well, we win.
Yeah, when we defend well.
I mean, to be fair to him, I've heard you tell that joke more than once. So.
No way.
So
really?
Yeah, when you talk about the same thing all the time,
it felt fresh to me. It felt fresh.
I repeat myself all the time.
That's not true. Nobody's heard that one before.
there was some talk about Yoke's maturity and development, which is always something
We've heard that one too.
we talk about. Here
Wait,
on
was
this
he
show.
talking up in huddles? Was he pulling guys aside?
Well, I was going to
at
say, Adam,
practice?
it's not just that he's matured on the court; it's that
Really?
he's matured as a leader,
Yep.
taking over huddles,
There you go.
communicating, being a leader, and
Yeah.
using his voice. I do remember we asked Aaron Gordon that earlier in the season, and he was pretty emphatic that Yoke actually talks a fair amount out
Yeah.
there.
It's real. I'm just saying. You know how this is. Pull behind the curtain. You know this. I think I've made this point actually, Eric, before. We go into the scrums on these pre-games. We go into the scrum on this pre-game, and there's always like somebody in town that only is in Denver once a year.
Yeah.
Then they'll ask the question like, Nikola, do you want to win the MVP for
Do
a
you
third
think
time?
he
And
cares?
Nikola's like, fuck.
Do you think he cares? And then Malone decides, am I going to pretend this question's beneath me or am I going to mount the campaign?
Yeah,
Because they could go
exactly.
either way.
He can't go
Anyway,
either way.
as far as what was said today, he talked about that, maturity and development. There's also some Christian Brown talk. When is there not Christian Brown talk? Someone check on Harrison Wind. He reiterated that with...
He probably asked the question.
He probably did.
What's it like to be around him, Coach?
Would you say
Is
that
it
Christian
cool?
Brown is in the conversation for MVP?
Coach, does he smell good? All right, moving on. When Brown is in that rotation, or with how well he's playing, at least forcing the issue in question, only so many guys can play. But he's noticed what we have in that whenever Brown's given a chance, he's been unafraid. And the greatest player development program is playing.
I like that one.
He says Christian's getting that right now. Technically true. He says that he likes also with as far as the rotation, he likes taking Jamal out early and staggering him with the bench right now.
What do you think of that, by the way? So this was the point he was making is that, Porter or Murray, he was asked Porter or Murray, how do you decide? And he basically said, well, whoever's healthy.
Yeah, I
but
think that's the
I
real-
would I like to take Murray out so he gets reps with Bones alongside Bones, which I just thought was kind of interesting. It's almost like he's hinting at he'd prefer Porter stay with the first unit and Murray play with the second.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's something to... I think he'd rather play Bones through it than sit him, but he sure would like some sort of insurance plan as far as another ball handler out there, decision maker, and at times dynamic guard. Now, obviously, we haven't seen those minutes go very well. But
not
he
yet.
says they need to find a rhythm, they need time, and rhythm's difficult. One underrated thing about this year, because, look, it's the year about the Nuggets coming back together and being healthy. Well, of course, we've had guys in and out of the lineup, they've had guys in and out of the lineup all season, and that can make it tough to develop a rhythm. And then, obviously, if Jamal's the guy, he's also a guy that may not play on every back-to-back, and there's a lot of those coming up in January, so yet another hurdle in the rotation.
The back-to-backs in January is an interesting one. I haven't looked at that. I mean, it's a home-heavy schedule, so hopefully that's still somewhat favorable. But Malone at least doesn't seem to be that optimistic about January as an easy schedule. Tonight is a winnable game, though. Miami is good, but not great, and they've been struggling. They do have Jimmy Butler back. He's available tonight. He's been in and out of the lineup over the last 15 games. He's played a game, missed two. Played a game, missed two. He is available tonight. They should have their fully healthy squad. So I think this one will be a tough one. But Denver is just better than Miami.
Yeah.
I believe that. And tonight you get your healthy squad, mostly rested for guys like Murray and Gordon. I think they need big things from especially Jamal, especially AG tonight. What do you think, Eric?
I think we are entering the part of the year where we need to start to see all of our guys be our guys. And I think that's entirely possible. I think I'm with you though. Miami is oddly soft. I think that when I think about them, I think about players that are kind of tough, but they're not.
Who?
Jimmy Butler, I think of as a tough guy.
Okay.
As a tough guy, Bam
Haslam,
Adebayo.
too.
Yeah, they're tough guys, but they're kind of soft this year. They haven't been winning the matchups that mean something to them. They've been sort of fading. People can't figure out if their window is totally closed or not. But
Knife has kind of lost its edge a little bit. maybe.
totally,
Yeah.
they were they were a squad. What were they second or? In the East last year, second or first or something.
They were up there. I don't remember.
They were way
Yeah.
up
The
there.
bubble finalists.
They made the Lowry trade. It kind of seemed like they were heading towards something, but they've lost their teeth a little bit, like my man Vogt just said. So I just think that from this point forward, though, we are in a place where every night for the Denver Nuggets is just about the Denver Nuggets. I know we have all of the pieces required to do to get over any team. And it's just like, are they working together? Like, is Michael Porter Jr. still in rhythm? Is he still hitting 3-pointers? Can Jamal Murray come back and like continue that inertia that he got at the end of the last time we saw him? He was transcendent. Murray flurry, beautiful, end of the game. Played amazing. Aaron Gordon obviously like played one of the most inspired games we've seen him play in a Denver Nuggets uniform. And it's like, if those pieces are going, like it's a wrap. But we also just always have Jokic, and that always might be enough.
That's so nice.
That just might be enough. So I would love to see the Nuggets do all those things. I don't know if it's absolutely required. We'll see.
Here's the thing, man. You know, you got Porter back and Murray back and all this stuff, and you knew it was going to take a few games to get going. I think Bones has had a good last 6 quarters or so. Like, I feel like he is on the cusp of being back. He still has a lot to work on, but I'm just saying, back to where we're feeling good about him again.
Yep.
Porter, I feel like we're feeling good about him. He hasn't been consistent, but we're close. Murray, I feel even better about. He got a little rest this last game. He should be ready. Tonight would be a great night. Friday night crowds are always there. They're ready to give you energy. Tonight would be a great night for us to see everybody kind of come together. Bones have a good night off the bench. The starting 5 looking good together. I'm just feeling more hopeful tonight than usual.
You should, because the last real game we saw for the Denver Nuggets was the most like exciting game we've seen from them this year, and then we just had this like back-to-back nonsense thing that you're like, whatever, like So it's like whatever, like let's get back to the actual script here with the actual players, and like let's like get onto this train that's like it's going to take us through the end of the season. You know?
Hop on that train, baby.
I'm what Eric was saying earlier about that's where I'm at with Denver at home, at least at home. They won't win them all, but going into any given night, I'm thinking, all right, well, if they limit the turnovers, if they defend in transition, they're probably going to win this game. And tonight is no different. But it would be fun. We did see the big 3 come together in like a real at the same time kind of game.
Storm.
As you were just saying, can they and one that with Bones here? Because he sort of felt like the appendage, not Porter. And can they all come together as a group?
It'd be great. Hopefully it's tonight. Guys, if I told you what do you think of when you think of 2020, it'd be the bubble, no question. You know, the Murray's 50 pieces. If I asked you 2021, it might be the Murray injury. It might be Jokic's first MVP. It's probably Jokic's first MVP, what you think of. If I tell you 2022, this being the last game day of it, what do you think you're going to think of when I say one thing, 2022?
Can I ask clarification? Are we going back to the end of last season?
2022 as a calendar year.
As a calendar year.
Like becoming a close spiritual brother to Nikola Jokic by watching him win his second MVP and then traveling to his homeland, becoming an integral part of his life that he's yet to acknowledge but will someday.
He hasn't acknowledged it yet, but he will someday. He definitely will.
But, I mean, truthfully, like, Jokic's second MVP is the most, like, and again, going to Serbia, like all that, like this was the year of Jokic for me, and they've all been the year of Jokic.
So
but this was like
it's the 8th year of Jokic.
But like, next year is the year of Christmas again. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
No, it's just I don't know. Like really, we keep putting a stake in the ground, and then he just like goes past it.
Yeah.
Emotionally, whatever. I don't know. It's just like I'll never forget last year the way that Nikola Jokic colored my life.
What about you? If I do, is there a single memory, a single thing?
I was going to go right to Serbia as well.
Yeah, how could you not? I mean, like
I know Nuggets. It's Nuggets adjacent more than it is Nuggets, but you know, seeing the Belgrade game, but also because the first moment prior to that, it was Jokic getting the MVP in Serbia, which felt like a moment tailored for him, not just about him,
and for us, to be honest,
for him
with you.
and for us.
I'm tired of pretending any of this is for him. It's all for us.
Well, if he doesn't care about it, we'll care
it.
for him. Yeah, fast forward till we're there, and those same dogs are chasing Kale around, barking at him.
Those
which
wiener
is
dogs.
My favorite part of the trip. And
that is
you're
amazing that Kale was accosted by the wiener dogs.
Yeah,
we haven't really ruminated on that enough.
They sensed weakness. Sorry, Kale. The Serbia trip for me, if I whittled it down, it's the Sombor Shuffle.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of Sombor Shuffles, but there's only been the Sombor Shuffle.
That's actually like the least Nuggets thing that happened this
year. It actually wasn't Nuggets necessarily. Well, it's Nuggets
He's playing
adjacent.
for a different team.
He was like, it was Jokic divorced of the Nuggets entirely.
Yeah, but I'll never forget it. I'll just never forget it. I also probably think about that Clippers game. Like, to me, that was Jokic has had a handful of perfect games. The number, it's actually getting bigger as the days go by. He's maybe had like 9 perfect games now. That was one of them. I can't remember what happened in that fourth quarter and overtime. He just took over the game and scored every freaking time. And then to hold the ball until the last second to be like, nope, still 3 seconds
Was that
on
the
clock.
headband game?
That's the game where he gave it to
Memphis.
Gordon in the corner. Gordon hit a three to win it. And it was like Jokic literally had 30 straight perfect possessions. It was like somehow all of the fourth quarter and overtime, he made 0 mistakes, scored every time. Or
He's
made
a really good player.
I think the Pelicans game was his first game coming out of the All-Star break. I was COVID stranded in Brazil watching that game on my laptop.
Dude, what a throwback.
And that, another one where just
Perfection, man.
there's like 7 minutes left in the game, and I just remember thinking they're either going to lose this one real bad or a night to remember is coming. And of course it was the
Dude,
latter.
I'll always remember the red headband game as
course.
the game I wasn't able to watch because I went to dinner with people from Phoenix who explained to me that Devin Booker should be or was going to win the MVP, and I was like,
did he win?
You don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, and then you guys were all really happy. I made a shirt about it. Let's go.
Those are three
you did
like
make a
perfect
shirt for
Jokic games, man. He had 3 of them last year, all in that sequence, and it's just like unbelievable. So those will be things. I'm curious what the chat has to say if there's something that they'll remember. I want to talk really quick about Jokic's legacy here in an interesting way. This week has been a very interesting week for Jokic talk around, and I think it's because Jokic has played a couple like insane games
Because
over the last
Jokic
2
can
weeks.
score 40 points now, and it's not even the first thing we mentioned.
If you wanted to ask me for 2022 what it means, like part of this is that Jokic going mainstream. Like a lot of haters have finally turned, and like Big Waz, who's one of my guys at the Ringer, used to be a Jokic hater, and he's flipped sometime in the last year where he's like, no, this guy's actually dope. You know, like he's amazing. Like Jokic won a lot of people over. But as the stakes get higher, the haters get bigger, you know, or this or that. And this week, Bill Simmons came out and said that he is as fun as Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, and he thinks like, and he's like just starting to start the hype to him where he's like, I feel like he's an all-timer. I'm watching him, and I feel like this or that. The hype for him is going through the roof right now. He compared him to Larry Bird, said he's as fun to watch as Larry Bird, which think about this is Bill Simmons.
Yeah.
That's his favorite. That would be
And
like
it's not
me
even-
saying someone's as fun as Jokic.
It's not even his team.
Not even his
It'd be
team.
like, I'd be like me being like, oh man, like the Mac Jones is as fun as John Elway. I just can't get enough.
yeah,
like,
he's can't get
wait,
enough.
what?
Yeah. So he's gone mainstream, and here's the thing. And now we see the MVP talk and this or that. Here's the thing. I hate all of this, and here's why. I think you can enjoy a player, and I do think most of the people just want to like try to enjoy the experience. You're like, no, this guy's fun. He's good. And Jokic to me is good enough that now we're in the tier where it's like, let's just see what happens. Like the only thing left for him now is accolades. And what I hated with LeBron was when you write the legacy before it happens, they're like, well, LeBron's never won or this or that. And they were saying this at like 27, 28, just as we are with Jokic, where it's like, guys,
Giannis.
he's just at the point of his career where that's even like possible. You know what I mean? Last 2 years have been not possible. He hasn't had the teams this or that. So now, but here's the thing I will say. I actually do think it's fair of what the skeptics say of, if he is as good as the numbers say he is, and if he is as good as we have seen him, at some point, spectacular things start to happen. And I do think that's a fair one. I don't think it's fair to use it against him, as in like he should have done it by now.
Right.
But I do think
Going
it's fair to
forward,
say
sure.
going forward, Jokic's putting up these insane numbers. Let's see where that takes you now. And to me, the beauty of it is you win one championship. His accolades are already spectacular enough that he'll be a top 20 player, almost undisputed. But I do think it's fair for people to say, let's pump the brakes just in that. Let's say he's that great if.
Sure.
I think that's fair.
But I think it would be very Dirk-esque in that
Dirk-esque.
Dirk just got the one.
Yep.
And he got it over the right team, first of all.
And in the right way. He played his best basketball.
His best basketball. But after a career of acknowledging an all-time talent, but ascribing in like a probably in hindsight erroneous softness to him, right? Like collectively, we realized, he's one of those guys.
Right.
And now Dirk is one of the all-time respected, heralded players ever.
It was black and white. It was 50-50. Like, as soon as it happened, it was like, all right, we embrace this guy.
Yeah.
He is. We all agree now.
No,
he is that.
This is all a product of Rang's culture. This is like none of the greats ever did it by themselves, like including LeBron, including Michael Jordan. Like, none of them did. And Jokic has gone into he peaked early on when the rest of the team wasn't ready to go along with him, and then when they started to make that progress, everybody got hurt. So now it's
So
like,
true.
and that's why we've been in purgatory. So now it's like, okay, now Jokic will have the tools he needs to go forward and accomplish. He's already accomplished the same level of great things that all of those big players have. In the playoffs, when the spotlight has been biggest, Jokic has provided some of his most memorable moments, which is like what greatness is. It's just, you literally cannot do it by yourself. And so now it's like, okay, if we can get over, it will ironically be because of the other players, not Jokic alone, but that's when he'll be seen in that light.
What's interesting, the better facsimile, like we always use Dirk because they're both European. I think KG might be a better facsimile here in that KG had way less success than Jokic had up to this point of their careers. They both went to one Western Conference Finals, but at least Jokic got his team over the hump and like this or that, has big-time wins under his belt in the playoffs, which KG up to that point never really had. And then he went somewhere else, and then his legacy was like, we all knew he was a good player, but finally he went to a team that could handle it, and he won. I think with Jokic, it's similar again, where all I'm trying to say is, I think Jokic has actually gotten his flowers by and large. There's always haters. There's haters of LeBron. There were haters of Michael Jordan back in like 93.
The way Jokic's hated on now is actually a stamp of approval.
And I think it's fair in the one way of saying now he needs to win. And if he doesn't, I do think it provides a context that's like,
of course,
look, everyone's going to disagree on the degree of that context. Like that's just going to be inevitable if he doesn't win. But I do think it's fair to just say these things become a lot easier when and if he wins. And players of his caliber generally make it to multiple Western Conference Finals, make it at least to the finals. And if you win, it's like, hey, that's big time as well. So for me, it's weird because I feel like people are pushing back on that instinctually. And I'm like, I think it's fair actually. He's great. Everyone acknowledges that.
He just has to. I mean, you have to win. It's the Charles Barkley thing. It's just like that's part of this conversation. That's part of like.
But Chuck even went to a finals.
Yeah, but
he would be even lower if it weren't.
Yeah, of course. Like you need to get the talking points to make yourself unassailable. That's it.
Unassailable.
But Jokic's talent is unassailable, but that doesn't matter in the conversation.
Here's the one area Jokic is different. People like us, we didn't get the. We've had to battle for Jokic for so long when nobody accepted what was true that it's almost like usually you get the hype period and then you get the breakdown. Like they build you up and tear you down. People have been tearing Jokic down from the beginning.
Oh.
That's the one difference is that we never got the everyone's hyping this guy. Instead, it was like Porzingis is still better. God damn it.
We like all inherently have Inat as fans.
Yeah, we really do.
But he also plays for an org that's never played in the finals. So
that's this huge context.
If he does it once, that's kind of what I meant by the Dirk thing. Not that Dallas was in the exact same boat, or were they? No. How many titles has Dallas won?
They won one.
Just the one,
with
right?
Dirk.
Just the Dirk one.
But he's asking, did they have any success prior to Dirk?
They had made the finals.
They made the finals in
2006, 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it is the similar context. So, just the one would be he's done enough. He's so unassailable. He's so talented.
Oh no, they won the 1 seed. They got upset. That's what it was.
But so if he just gets
poverty
the one,
franchise,
then he's gonna kind of get that Dirk-esque like. If you want to talk crap about him on the internet today, good luck.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead. No one's going to pick that up with you, And that's, I don't know. There's a lot to enjoy in the meantime. And I think the best point was made, which was the reason it's frustrating is because he's just now 27. So holding it against him now, it's like, well, yeah, if he goes the rest of his career and never wins, that's a bummer. But he's 27. So like we just learned with Giannis, like we do with every superstar that comes along, let's give it some time.
Get us a win, baby. Get us a win. Oh, my God. We got to puff our chest. I'm telling you. The one thing I will say is people are so high on Jokic right now around that if he does get one, the swing is going to be so wild. We're all going to get whiplash from the swing of like, well, hold on. He is better than Dirk. He is better than KG. He is better than Charles Barkley. And it's going to be like,
No, we're going to be like, bro, chill out. He's not that good. We have to talk people down.
Yeah, when we start pushing back,
we're like,
hey, did you guys see Wilt's numbers? I mean, he came up a lot along the way.
From the eras. Yeah. All right, let's open up DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. I know you guys are all using promo code when you sign up. I'm actually supposed to read something here. I forgot I was supposed to do this. Maybe I'll make it a New Year's resolution. You have them lined up there, don't you?
Yeah.
1 second here.
All
I forgot I had to do this.
Okay.
DraftKings. I just have to tell you, Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. I think that's what I have to read.
Wow.
Man, if you were Vogt and we were you,
I'd be fired. I'd be
ugly.
fired. Would have been really bad.
Ugly.
It would have been ugly.
But it's the holidays, so I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself.
Oh, well, I'll put them out there, buddy.
Thanks.
Fuck you, Adam, from Vogt.
Grow up,
okay.
Adam.
You know what? I'm going to start. Can I give this to you every show? I want you doing that part,
cool.
okay?
That sounds good.
All right.
Hey, guys. Let's talk about this game tonight in context of betting. I don't like to bet on the outcome of the game, as you know. The Nuggets are favored in this game. I don't even know what the point spread was. I just looked at the money line, but I don't care because I don't like betting on the outcome of the game. It to me is a little
childish,
a little prosaic. It's a little, it's a little eye test for me. I like advanced stats.
Oh wow.
To get in the nitty gritty of $5 bets.
So
you got to get
listen.
this bet in quick, dude.
So, okay, cool. So I like Nikola Jokic tonight, points and rebounds. I'm not as worried about the assist tonight. He always gets high rebounding totals against Bam Adebayo. The fewest he's had in the last 4 matchups is 11. And he's been on an absolute tear as far as scoring is concerned. So it's 35.5. So you think 25 points, 10 rebounds? That seems like an absolute gimme.
Should we do it? We have a bonus. There's a 50% profit boost. Is this where you would use it?
I might because the odds on that are minus 110, which is actually pretty good. There's another we still have Michael Porter Jr. in plus money for 3-pointers over 2.5.
No way.
That's plus 125. That might be a place to look. Another place to look is Jamal Murray over 2.5 threes at plus 150.
I do kind of like that one.
Yes. The other places that I love tonight.
Are we taking that, by the way, the Murray?
Yeah, I'm definitely taking it. I just think that Murray and Porter are I just love what I saw, and I just feel like we're going to see more of it. The other place I love Aaron Gordon coming back. Just Aaron Gordon points over 16.5. The way that guy was cooking last game. All three of these guys have room to go off and get theirs, which we saw last time. And then Jokic rebounds over at 11.5. It's minus 120. That's why I like maybe the points and rebound combo a little bit better for better odds. But those are the bets that I like the most this night.
Man, I like the threes. I might go big on threes. Michael Porter's been hitting them. I'm more confident, I think, in Michael Porter than I am in Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray threes.
I am too, but I like them. I just love the odds on that. Like that, there's good juice there. Over 2.5, three threes for Jamal Murray. That doesn't feel like doesn't far
feel
away.
that crazy. Do you have a single game parlay for us?
No, I didn't construct one. I just like all of those things. I don't know. Those are the if you wanted to put those.
I can't help myself. I'm addicted to it. I'm
Same
going.
game parlays?
I want to go Bones Highland. Oh man, are they saving me from myself? They do not have Bones Highland threes on here. I guess they are doing it. All right, we're going to do my 3-point parlay, my threes parlay here. I'm going to go with KCP to make one. I'm going to go with Jamal Murray to make one. And I'm going to go with Michael Porter to make 2.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
All
threes SGP. That sounds like a fun night to me.
1, and 2.
Yeah, you know me.
You know me. So that does it. All right, guys, we're going to head down to the bar. It is popping. We got a lot of Nuggets fans in the house. I have a feeling this is going to be a great little Friday at the bar. I can't wait. We're going to go down and say hi to all the fellas. Hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you next time.